Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel where it is my opinion, or no opinion at all. Scottalicious McFabulous here, and I hope that you are feeling Percy. And so today I wanted to kind of go over with all of you beautiful people out there how I tend to clean my own handbags and a few tips and tricks from all of my humble experiences and humble knowledge. I am not an expert. Rarely is it ever so that people are in this niche and or category of topics. I'll show you just how I like to maintain and keep my handbags looking alive and well. Fun fact. Handbags, at least some of them, I know some of y'all's handbags look real disgusting. Some handbags actually contain more germs than dirty toilets. And I can say from experience as a thrifter, that is not wrong. Like, that is a fact. Some of y'all really need to just clean your fucking hand. What the hell is wrong with some of y'all? Oh my god. Did anybody teach you, man? Like, some handbags look so awful. But then again, I totally understand that some people just love to just use their things until it is completely worn into the ground. And they don't care. That's fine. That is completely fine. Shout out to you if you don't care. But I know there are some people that, even if they do heavily soil their bags, they're like, I just want to give it a nice little freshen up. Like, how do I freshen up my bag? It's very simple, actually. It's actually really simple. All I would recommend you using when it comes to maintaining your bags, a cleaner and a moisturizer. Much just like our skin, we need to clean it and it needs to be moisturized. Otherwise, what happens? It gets dry. It flakes. It peels. And our skin can really get ruined if we don't maintain it. Same thing happens with handbags. Leather handbags, you guys. This is one of my most used handbags in my collection, as well as one of my most long time this is one of the firsts. Probably like the first 5 handbags or something like that I bought in my collection. And I've maintained her to an absolute T. Now, she is lambskin as well, which is an even bigger shocker, because if you don't know, lambskin does damage very easily because it's so soft. A lot of people think that the softer the leather, the better. Not always. In some cases, like lamb leather, yeah, and lamb leather is naturally super soft, same with calf leather. But not all super soft leather is actually super high quality. It might actually be the exact opposite. Just give it a couple wears, and you might see some. You might see some. So first off, I will recommend a microfiber cloth. I would prefer if it was white, because when it does come to colored ones, they tend to dye transfer. I have orange ones, and well, maybe they're more coral. But once I put them in the wash with some like hand towels and stuff, and it turned everything pink. Maybe they're red, but it turned everything pink. So try to find white microfiber cloths, as that's gonna be your best bet. And the cleaner that I like to use, mind you, mine is like literally on the last few drops of cleaner, so like I don't have a full bottle to show you in person, but I guess that just shows you that I actually do use this, and I can truly stand by the product because I love it. and that is Lincoln Easy Cleaner. This stuff works excellently. Now, it's just a surface dirt cleaner. This is not necessarily a video about how you can super deep clean your bag, because if you need to super deep clean your bag, this is more the video so you don't get to that point. We don't want our handbags looking and smelling and becoming toilets. We want to avoid the handbag toilet effect, and this is going to help you do that. I would never use any of those, like, what do you call it, like hand sanitizers, or I'm trying to think of, like, Lysol. Never use that kind of stuff on your handbags. You will ruin them. Even if it doesn't look like you did at first, give it some time, and it might start to show some wear where you don't want it to. I find this works incredible. When it comes to more soiled stuff, I have to go over it a couple times, and, you know, just light, soft motions. You don't want to rub the bag out. You don't want to rub the ink, or you don't want to rub the color out of your bag, and you also don't want to damage your bag. So when you are doing this kind of thing, you do want to make sure you're not soaking anything. You don't want to soak the towel. You just want to, like, you know, just like a little bit, you know, just kind of like that. Just see, look. Does that look soaked to you? No, it's wet. And then you just gently go over the bag like so. Some people prefer to do the whole circular motion thing. Personally, I don't really care. And when it comes to testing cleaners or even moisturizers on our handbags, you're supposed to test it on a small area of the bag's leather or canvas or whatever. I have used this on this bag multiple times, so I know that it is okay. But even with just doing this, we're going to notice that there is a little bit of dye transfer coming off of the bag, but that is normal. That is normal. It is a black bag, you know what I mean? Things are richly dyed. I mean, I would say that if your bags have more color transfer coming off of it, that's probably a better thing than not, because it could point it to being more plastic than anything. But anyway, yeah, so if it does do a little bit of dye transfer, don't worry, that's normal. That is normal. Again, you just want to be very gentle. You don't want to scratch anything. And if you need to use some elbow grease, don't be afraid to, but just be careful, okay? Please be careful. You don't want to damage your bags. So bam. She looks very, she's lightly cleansed because she's already clean. She doesn't even need to be clean, you know, but it is good to maintain our bags. And even just sitting in a dust bag, sometimes just sitting in your glassed shelf, dust still gets in. Might be called a dust bag, but even then you're supposed to have your bags breathing a little bit. So don't always leave your handbags in its dust bag, because let's say you have your bag in a dust bag for 2 years. You're going to pull it out, and something might not be where it should be. So just be careful, as I always say. Now, some people sit here and do, like, saddle soaping and this and that and third, and, like, we don't need all that. Much like our skin, we don't really need all that. Sometimes we just need a simple clean and some moisturizer. I personally like leather CPR. Leather CPR is incredible. This is actually perfect for those vintage Coach bags because of the type of leather that is used there. So that's why like all cleaners and moisturizers say to test patch, because if you just go in gung-ho, and just between you and I, that's exactly what I do. I don't even test patch. I don't want. Learn from my mistakes. But this stuff is tried and true. It does mention using like a soft cloth or something like that, or even like a sponge to try and like, you know, work it into the leather and such. But it works incredible. It works incredible. So I'll do like a little bit here. Now mind you, I'm not doing a crap ton, only because my bag does not need to be like super moisturized right now or anything. Though I'm sure it might use it actually. I haven't moisturized it in a while. Just squirt some out just a little bit. This might be a little too much for the bag I have, but rub it into the cloth so it does absorb some of it, and then just lightly go over it. Circular motions. Try to get in between all the crevices, and yeah, it actually works really nicely, even on lamb leather. So yeah, this stuff works perfectly on those vintage Coach bags. I use it on all of my vintage Coach bags. I use this on other leather bags now because it does work very well. And I highly recommend it. Between this and the Lincoln Easy Cleaner, like, that's all I ever use. Like, I don't need anything else, you know what I mean? And if my bags are super soiled, then I got other problems. You know what I mean? There's other problems. But and when it comes to maintaining, this stuff is perfect. Perfect. Look at how beautiful this already looks, you guys. Like, this already looks really damn good. This looks really damn good. It feels... Oh, man. Like, just quickly doing that, oh, my lord. I love that. I love it. I don't know about y'all, but that looks beautiful to me. Nice and buffed out, nice and clean, nice and soft and supple. I'm in love. I really love it. There are tons, and I mean tons of different cleaners. If you can't even get your hands on leather CPR, like leather CPR in Canada, super expensive, super hard to get. Lincoln Easy Cleaner in Canada, super easy to get. I go to my local cobbler, and he has it always. So that's awesome. And that's basically all you really need. When it comes to, like, these exotic bags, so, like, my Clio top handle, the Lincoln Easy Cleaner is perfect because it's not abrasive. It doesn't have, like, super strong chemicals in it or anything like that. I don't know if the smell of it isn't, like, the greatest, but it doesn't, like, make your bag stink or anything like that. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. And it'll work on this. It works on literally almost everything. I would even use it on metallics. You know what I mean? So this stuff does work for that. But you gotta be careful when it comes to metallics because not all cleaners and not all moisturizers are good for them. And same with exotics. I would do research before jumping into that kind of thing, because when it comes to the exotics, the shinies, like that kind of thing, those can be a lot tougher to maintain, and if you don't do it properly, you're gonna ruin your bag. So just be careful with that and do the research before you touch that. You know, like, I wouldn't sit here and throw leather CPR on my python because that will ruin it. You do not want to, you don't want to make the scales that soft at all. Like, that will ruin the scales, you know? So there's, you know, don't start throwing things on whatever the hell, you know? Do the research. Honestly, I know people don't really think highly of it, but Reddit is an excellent place to find very key specific information you might be looking for. So the world is your oyster. Just make sure you clean that oyster and don't spoil it. It's all case by case, you guys. It's all case by case. But this is generally what I do. This is what I do. I hope this helps. Never use water. Water will dry it out. Unless it's like one of those things like where you really, really need to. Like a soiled 80s Coach bag. You need a dunker. You need to dunk it. You know what I mean? That's different. But when it comes to like normal handbags, try not to. Really try not to. it'll dry out the leather. Like, it dries out your skin. But anyways, what's your favorite cleaner and or leather moisturizer? Again, leather conditioner, leather conditioner, leather CPR, and Lincoln Easy Cleaner, my personal go-tos. What are your go-tos? But without further ado, if you'd like to help me with that pesky YouTube, ow, go, rhythm, make sure to hit that like button, share with your friends and family, subscribe if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and if you'd like to help me in the channel directly, you can always join the group of Fabulites via my YouTube memberships, link in the description box below. I love you all to the absolute moon and back, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Don't believe in you. There can be 100 people in the room, and 99 don't believe in you. There can be 100 people in the room, and 99 don't.
I think it was good.
I'm done. No, show's over. Show's over.
See you next Taco Tuesday, bitch.